The following is a presentation of 912 Sports. Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Sean Smoke and Kevin Price. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic, practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoke, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. We've got a great show for you tonight. Southeast Georgia Health System will host its 20th annual Bridge Run on Saturday, February the 17th. And Kevin Price caught up with Kristen Robis to get the latest information about the upcoming event. The Brantley County Herons made it to the Elite Eight last season in baseball, and they returned 8 starters from that 23 squad. Expectations are high in Caney Bay for the 24 Herons, and I caught up with Coach Garrett Cox for a season preview. So sit back and enjoy the show. We'll be right back with On Air with 912 Sports after these important words from our sponsors.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Hello everybody, I'm Kevin Price once again for On Air with 912 Sports. With me now is Krista Roberts, the Director of Development for the Southeast Georgia Health System Foundation. Krista, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, no problem. We're certainly glad to promote this event. I know it's a big deal for the hospital, but it's an annual affair. We'll talk about how long y'all have been doing it, but I know y'all have obviously got to be excited about it. I know a lot of work goes into it, but just tell us how y'all are excited to do this once again.
Sure, I would love to. We are super excited. It's our signature fundraiser, and it's a long process to plan and to coordinate. We start work in the fall before February, and the event benefits the cancer and the cardiac care programs here at the health system. As you said, we have had tremendous success. It's a community-wide event, and it's been embraced by so many, and we appreciate the support. So we are excited. This is our 20th year, which is unbelievable.
That is crazy. And talk about that, the 20th year. Obviously, being from here and living here for a long time, I know this is a big, successful event, as always, but it only kind of makes sense that y'all wouldn't do it for 20 years if it's not popular and not a success. So just talk about how successful this event has been.
Absolutely. This event, we have been able to, raise over $1 million from the event for those two programs. Originally, the run was just for cancer, and a few years back, we added cardiac to the event as well, so we could split the proceeds. So the walker registrations actually the funds from that go to our cardiac care programs. And the turnout, has been incredible. We took 2 years off because of COVID, and we were scared and hesitant when we returned to see how the response would be. But we have not missed a beat. Registrations this year are up compared to where we were this time last year. So things are going very well. Awesome. And let's kind of get into the particulars of that. I know it's popular. If anybody's seen any pictures, there's actually one in the background where you can see a bunch of people going up the bridge. Just talk about the turnout y'all get, and I think people come from everywhere, right? They do. We'll start the event. It's actually kind of a 2-day. We start on the 16th, February 16th, and we'll do the pasta party that Friday night before. And then Saturday morning, we will begin bright and early. The gates will open at 6. And we have something for everyone. If you don't want to run a 5K or you don't want to run the 10K, you can come out and support the vendor expo and walk around and see what local businesses have come out. We also have the crowd favorite, the Firefighter Challenge. That will happen. Our firefighters will go off at 8:30, and everyone looks forward to that every year. So there's something for everyone. It's an awesome community, family fun event. And we'll get kind of back to that in a moment. But let's talk about the seriousness of it. I mean, y'all get people that really go around the country, certainly the Southeast, running in events like this, marathon runners, 5K runners, 10K runners. It has been labeled the toughest 5K in Georgia because it is across the Sidley Bridge and back. And that can be rough if you're not in shape for a serious event. Talk about maybe the reaction y'all get from the serious runner who does this kind of stuff a lot. Sure. I mean, it's a pretty good challenge. It is a tremendous challenge, and we added a few years ago the 10K. So that, if you're feeling really brave, you can go, over and back twice. The response that we've seen, though, from the serious is they return and they come back year after year. They are super competitive and are very eager to try to beat their time from the previous year. But there's cash prizes involved. And so it's I think a highly coveted running event for those who are competitive and serious. And like we said, a minute ago, if you're not, that's okay too. We have the 5K walk, and you can enjoy the bridge and the scenery at your own pace.
Did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal!
And talk about that a little more. I mean, you do have the festival, you do have the walk. So do you get a lot of families kind of doing this together as a family event?
Mm-hmm. And it's really neat. They build teams and come out. They will do it, in honor of a loved one that has just been diagnosed with cancer, or maybe in memory. The walk is the crowd favorite as far as, participation goes for the big groups. It's really neat. The businesses will put up teams and have the ability for their employees to come out and participate, and they, will offer that to them. And it's a really nice Saturday morning. And if you've never come out and never attended, I hope those listening will join us this year.
Yeah, for sure. And then just talk a little more. You kind of said where the money goes, but maybe a little more detail about how the hospital does use all the money?
Sure. So in the cardiac program, we were able to purchase new treadmills, was our recent purchase from those funds. And the treadmills are incredibly advantageous for our cardiopulmonary rehab program. We renovated the gym and that therapy area a couple of years back and needed, newer and up-to-date equipment. So we did that. In our cancer program, we offer and have a backpack program. And, it's extremely frightening and scary when you hear those words and that diagnosis is given. So this backpack provides you with, it's an entire toolkit of anything you may need. Educational materials, comfort items, ginger drops, socks, a warm blanket. So it's just really nice for us to be able to hand that to the patient and help them to navigate that scary journey.
Awesome. So before we wrap up, just give us the particulars one more time, the dates, the times, how much it costs, all that kind of good stuff.
All right, I would love to. So February 16th, Friday night, will be the pasta party, 5 p.m. and it ends at 8 p.m. And then on Saturday morning, the 17th, the gates will open at 7. The gates will open at 6, and we'll begin with the 10K double pump and then go from there. We usually wrap up around, noon, around lunchtime. You can register at active.com, or you can go to the Bridge Run website. Please give us a call if we can help, 912-466-3360. And you've got runners, you've got until February 13th to register, and that is so that we can make sure you have the chipped bib so you can be timed. And then walkers can come out and register day of. Just make sure you arrive early. Traffic is always heavy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you can register at the pasta party as well, so that's certainly an option too, that Friday night.
Now, I guess speaking of traffic, people need to know the bridge is occupied that morning, correct?
The bridge is occupied that morning. Thank you, DOT. Yes.
And somebody can Google it. I Googled it and just did the bridge run, and it came up. But can you give them the specific website in case somebody wants to know?
They can go to the-bridge-run.org. And as we close, I want to especially mention and say that this year, our sponsors are key to this event. And this year we want to give a huge closing thank you to Marshland Credit Union. They are our presenting sponsor. So we are grateful for our local credit union.
Yeah, good deal. And kind of along that line, like a lot of community events, you do get great community support from your sponsors who believe in the hospital and believe in the cause, and that's what it's all about.
That's right, and they are key to the success. We're at nearly 60 sponsors this year, so it's huge.
And I'm sure you spend a lot of time on that.
Yes.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. We know you'll be out there. We plan to be out there to cover the event as well. So good luck as you continue to make that final push. And I know it will all come together good, and it will be another great event.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks, 912 Sports.
Thank you, ma'am.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robinson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, joined now by the Brantley County head coach of baseball, Coach Garrett Cox. Coach, how you doing today, buddy?
Hey, doing great. Glad to be on. Thanks for having me.
Man, I appreciate you being on here, Coach. We just kind of want to take a second and talk a little about the upcoming season for the Herons, the 24 season. You guys coming off a fantastic year last year, Coach. Did really well in the region, got all the way to the Elite Eight, wound up losing to Fellowship Christian. But, man, what a ride. And like I said, Coach, got really pretty much the same guys you had last year coming back this year. So big expectations down there for the Herons this year. Right now, I believe some of the preseason polls got you guys ranked as high as number 7 in the state there in AA. But talk a little bit about last season and the expectations for this season.
Absolutely. I'm super excited for this season. Last season was my first year at Brantley County and my second as a head coach in high school, at least. So we turned around an 8 and whatever season from before I got here, and we won 22 games. My goal was to win at least double, and we did that, towards the end of the season, and then on to the playoffs with 2 sweeps in the first round and the second round. So super excited for our guys there. We had 2 seniors last year who both were really good pitchers for us, and one was a catcher and an outfielder as well. So he played all over the place, and we're going to have a hard time replacing him and both those pitchers, Aiden Adams and Nathan Willis. But we've got several guys looking to step up in those roles, and those guys that we're going to have 12 seniors coming back. So a huge group there. We also are going to have a junior who has been playing since he's a freshman. So, he's going to play infield and outfield for us. So he's going to be pivotal to our success as well. A guy like Talon Koger, senior, Nolan Guy, and Hunter Johns, those are guys they're going to have to look for some more pitching. They got a little bit of time last year, but we had those other guys there that kind of took those spots. Trip Hendricks coming back. He's first-team all-region pitcher for us last year. Austin Nipper, first-team all-region catcher last year. He's back. Brody Yeomans, first-team all-region outfielder. Our leadoff guy, he's kind of our catalyst, gets everything started for us. So we've got some really good talent here. We're working hard to essentially battle success versus excellence, and that's kind of my theme for us this year. We always talk about doing the work, but we were successful last year. I think we won some games just because we were just better than the other team. We didn't necessarily have to work as hard for some of these things. And we lost some games because we didn't work as hard. So we're trying to not just be successful, but work on being excellent at what we do. So that's kind of my outlook so far.
Right. Well, I think one of the turning points, and you correct me if I'm wrong here, but last season you guys played Ware County, was down, I think, 4 or 5 runs going into the sixth inning. found a way to battle back and win that game in extra innings. But as a coach, as a new coach especially, you had to know right then that your guys were going to fight for you whenever they got their backs up against the wall.
Yeah, we the first game of the year we beat Brunswick on kind of a last inning walk-off type situation. That was kind of a success because we really, we put ourselves in a good position, but, we took advantage of some things that they did. And then with Ware County, we fought back, like you say, and our guys just took advantage of it. And we had a squeeze play at the end to win the game. It's awesome home game. Atmosphere was great. All our kids were out there in left field, just creating chaos and things like that on the fence. So just proud of everybody. That type of deal right there, like you said, kind of built us up to what we were going to be, in those playoff runs that we had. So
exactly, like two sweeps in the first two rounds, and then, like I said, lost to a very, very talented Fellowship Christian team. But Coach, like you said, you named some of these guys, but you got a couple of All-State players coming back: Luke Carter, Trip Hendricks, Austin Nipper, and Brody Yeoman. So I guess those are going to be your core guys that you're going to look to kind of take that leadership role for you this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke Carter, by far one of the best human beings I've ever been around. Is probably going to be our valedictorian. He's battling an injury right now, so we're trying to get him back as soon as possible. But Austin Nipper, the catcher, he's that guy, that leader. I'm looking for him to, he had a good season last year, but I'm looking for him to really break out. He's been working really hard. Tripp and Brody, pitching wise, we need both of those guys to step up. And, I'm looking forward to seeing how they evolve a little bit as pitchers. And then obviously both of them are both of our 1 and 2 hitters in the lineup. So, how they go is how we're going to go. So we're excited for it.
Right. Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about that region that you guys are in, because, really, by the time you get to the end of the region, you're really not going to face anybody much better than in the playoffs of what you guys play, on a weekly basis with Toombs and Vidalia and Pierce and Appleton. So, talk a little bit about the competition that you guys face in your region.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of a joke that we play in the toughest region in 2A. And we're not getting any better next year when we go down to single A Division II. It's still going to be tough, but Appleton counties, they're just, I don't know how many years in a row they've won the region. Pierce is, always great. Vidalia, Toombs, they've got the track records. We're excited to play those teams. That I think helps us play better. We know they're good, so we can't just rest on our laurels. We got to play. And we got to have every practice has to be tight. Everything we do, has to be on point to be able to be successful in those games and really strive for that excellence. Last year we lost a series to Vidalia and we lost one game to Toombs. And I think there's situations where if we'd have, as coaches, we'd have made some different decisions, could have gone a different way, or, weather got us in a couple things where we had to change games around, all kinds of stuff like that. But, I'm excited for the region. I really like it. The competition every week. My previous head coach stint, we played in a really weak region. We had a good baseball school, but it wasn't fun. It was 21-0. You're just going home in 3 innings, and the other team just looked demoralized. So I much rather play a 2-1 game, even if it's a nail biter and we lose, than those run rule games. But I'm excited for the region this year. It'll be our last for a while, I guess, until we get reclassified again. But looking forward to playing those guys.
Exactly. Well, like I said, it's definitely one of the toughest regions in the state. Definitely the toughest region in 2A. But Coach is going to get a couple chances to see you guys play this year. The 2 games that you play with Ware, we'll be doing the broadcast for Ware, on those games, so we'll get a chance to see you guys play. But you guys go get better. And when do you guys open the season, and who do you open with?
So we've got our scrimmage on Thursday. We got to go to Clinch County and play them down in Homerville. And then the following Monday, we've got Brunswick away. So kind of starting the season similar how we did last year with Brunswick and Ware on Friday next week. So
right, yeah, I got Brunswick on Monday and Ware on Friday there. So so you will get battle tested right out of the gate for sure. So, but Coach, appreciate your time today. Good luck on the season, and as always, go Herons.
Thank you. Go Herons.
High schoolers, did you know that You can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College. Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Calling us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.